Hi, I'm Tomek and I'm Head of Training at NEON Sprints. Over the course of the last 15 years, I had the opportunity to facilitate diverse workshops, meetings, and trainings, and I've gained a lot of experience with that I would like to pass on to you today. At the end of this video, you will know what to pay attention to when you're standing in front of a group of people and you want to facilitate something or you want to present something for them. We at NEON Sprints call this the NEON BMI. What does BMI stand for? Body language, messages, and impression. Let's start with your body language. There are three major elements that you need to pay attention to. It's the general body posture, it's the gesturing, and the mimics of your face. When it comes to your posture, it is extremely important to position yourself right in the room. Make sure that you have enough space around you and make sure that you have a relaxed position when standing in a group of people. What I frequently observe when I'm a participant myself is when a facilitator actually blocks themselves from accessing the audience. This happens when there is, for instance, a table that is meant for the facilitator to put the materials on or maybe to place the projector on. And if that happens and they constantly stay behind this table, well, there is always a teacher-like situation in which you're blocking yourself from making a meaningful movement towards your audience. Even if you're presenting with PowerPoint, and obviously people need to watch the screen, make sure that you're still the front and center of attention. Why? Because otherwise they will only watch the screen, you will disappear somewhere on the side, and it will be difficult for you to make a connection with your group. So even if there is a screen, make sure that you're still clearly visible and that you're standing somehow, not blocking their view on the screen, but not disappearing from their point of view entirely. A lot of people ask me, what's a relaxed body position? Well, basically you need to feel comfortable, but feeling comfortable ideally doesn't involve doing something like this. That means you're bored. So a relaxed body position for a facilitator or someone who presents in front of a group is generally always facing your group, making sure that you have an open body language, so you don't cross your arms, you don't cross your legs. A lot of people forget that. A little bit of movement, as you can see right now, can also be of value. But if you move too much and you start doing something like this, you create a little bit of nervous atmosphere in the room just by the fact that you're constantly moving around. If you're making movements with your body, make them consciously and take a step towards your audience to underline something. The second element of the B as body language in our BMI is the gesturing. A lot of people ask me, Tomek, what shall I do with my hands? They are always in my way. Well, it might feel weird to you sometimes, but it always is way more engaging to keep your hands up and above your waistline and use it to underline things or speak with them a little bit. And obviously, you can always do a little bit too much of everything. So if you start doing something like that, that's not meaningful gesturing anymore. On the other hand, a lot of people not knowing what to do with their hands, put them, for instance, in their pockets. And then they try to engage people in their presentation by standing in front of them like that. Imagine me talking to you in this video for 10 minutes like that. Make sure that you create dynamics by using your hands above waistline and using them consciously, pointing to things, pointing at your audience and engaging them to do things together with you. Now, it is very important for you to be authentic. People will know if you are not feeling comfortable immediately. So if from time to time you feel like you want to put your hand in your pocket, well, it is not on fire. It is okay. You can do that. But do it in a moment when it fits the situation in the room. For instance, when you have some kind of a discussion with your team and you just want to participate in it, and you can still use the other hand to gesture if that seems appropriate. Third and last element of the B in the BMI is mimics. Your face is sometimes your enemy. So, what does that mean specifically? Work with your mimics. Your mimics needs to fit with your messages. This is something that might seem obvious to you, but when we're stressed and when we focus on the content, we frequently forget to pay attention to these kind of things. One of the key elements when it comes to paying attention to your mimics when you present or facilitate something is making eye contact with your audience. Making eye contact is very important because this is the way that you can check that people actually stay with you, and this is a way to engage everyone in what you're presenting. So just always scan the room. If you have huge groups, it's going to become more of a scan than actually looking at everybody. But if you're running, let's say, a design sprint, you have 7, 8, maybe 10 people in the room. It's not a problem to connect with each and every one of them. Do it and you will see how it pays off. If you want to experience a more practical application of the NEON BMI, check out our live Hamburg-based trainings, when we do a live assessment session with each and every participant, and make sure that you get your customized NEON BMI with your very own hacks and tips and tricks to improve your presentation and facilitation skills.